Alright boys, in today's video we're going to be taking a look at a lot of the legend cards. I'm going to be giving you guys 10 of my favorite choices of who I would potentially choose. If you are a no money spend player, you need a couple pieces on the team, you have a couple options, and I'll go over what you could do with these free legends, because again, they all are auctionable as well. And I know a lot of y'all have like a lot of like ranging no money spend teams. Some people are just starting, some people need key players to add to their team, but they might not have the biggest coin stack, right? We're going to go ahead and go over 10 of my favorite choices for players. And I will say there's going to be nothing below a 93. The 92s just really aren't it anymore, but there are some 93s that are still somewhat interesting. And at our number 10 spot right here, Kyle Williams is just like a pure defensive tackle, not a bad card. This specifically too, if you want an ability on your defensive tackle. If you don't want this, just you can skip over this. You don't need Kyle Williams, but he has 81 speed, 77 acceleration, 87 finesse moves, 92 power moves, 94 block shed, 94 impact blocking, and for his traits, only the bull rush trait on yes. What does that mean when we're talking about pass rushers? Think of spin and swim as finesse moves, bull rush as power moves. So the finesse moves are on no, the power moves are on yes. He's only going to use that 92 power move rating. So he has really good like pass rush stats, just the speed and acceleration is a little bit lacking, but from an ability standpoint too, he's a 1 AP inside stuff player, which again, I think some people on the no money spent squad, you kind of want the 1 AP inside stuff, right? So I think that's why Kyle Williams is valuable. Now, also a card that I'm not really covering today is going to be Zach Thomas and also Vernon Davis. I think they like could add a little bit of value. Zach Thomas will be number 11, just a 0 AP lurkers defender. But after that, we got number 9 right here. And it's really two spots on the offensive line. I think like either or makes sense, and I have the same thoughts on both of them. And that's going to be Anthony Munoz right here. The one thing I don't like about Munoz is he's a little bit undersized. I like my lineman to be over 300 pounds. He's 280, but he has 93 pass block finesse, 92 pass block power, 93 run block. Scroll down to his abilities right here. 1 AP edge protector, 1 AP linchpin. I don't love abilities or like spending AP on my offensive line, but I mean linchpin on like a god squad with like Doug Williams, I think that kind of makes sense. But again, it's just a free lineman, right? Like I think that's how I would describe him and Chris Henton. Just again, you get free lineman, and honestly, if you want to use both your legend tokens on that spot, I think it makes sense. Chris Henton right here, 94 pass block finesse, 93 pass block power, 94 run block, 300 pounds as well. Just has really good stats all the way across the board. And now a final card again I didn't cover right here, Vernon Davis. The reason why he's not on the list, he's still one of the better tight ends in the game, but if you guys want a good free tight end, make sure to have your EA and your Twitch account linked. February 9th, there's going to be the MCS Live Finals, and that's where we get Kyle Pitts for free, and he's going to be the best tight end in the game for so long. So yeah, Vernon Davis is cool, but you can get another free tight end. That's why he didn't make it for me. Now we're going to move on to number 8, and I think as a pure card, he's actually one of the better cards on the list. And I'm going to say that about a couple people, but Jack Tatum right here with 94 speed, 90 man coverage, 90 zone coverage, 5'10", so a little bit shorter, but also if we take a look at his traits and everything, big hitter on yes, I do like that. Play ball in air balance is the one downside. I like play ball in air aggressive, but I mean from an ability standpoint, right? Gets deep out zone KO for discount. When we take a look at this, right, amount of free people that we can get with discount deep out zone KO, you get Ty Law, you can't get a Caleb Evans yet, but you could eventually get him. And I mean, I like deep out everywhere on my secondary, so I think that's why just like getting Jack Tatum for free, I think that's really, really good value. And again, I think he's one of the better cards on the list. It's just the reason why he's lower is he's not the best from a price standpoint by any means. Now at number 7 right here, I am gonna have Jared Allen. So Jared Allen, 91 speed, 94 acceleration. I like the physical stats on him. 87 finesse moves, 94 power moves, 94 block shed, 90 impact blocking, all very solid from a stat standpoint. He only has that bull rush trait on yes. Again, he's not going to use his finesse move rating, so it's really only 94 power moves, has some good speed acceleration, and from an ability standpoint, I think he's a little bit better than Kyle Williams in the sense that he gets inside stuff for 1 AP, so a little upgrade over Kyle Williams, and you can play him at defensive tackle as well. And some people will talk about the double or nothing for 1. I think that's good value as well. It's just there's a lot of defensive linemen right now that get 0 AP unstoppable force, so that's why 1 AP double or nothing to me is just kind of like now. And now I think 6 through 3 can be argued like crazy, but at number 6 right here, I'm gonna go ahead and have Rod Smith. So Rod Smith right here, 95 speed, 91 acceleration, 6 foot height, really good receiver, man. 90s across the board for route running. Again, I think he's really good. And when we take a look at his abilities, the way he stands out to me is the 1 AP wide receiver apprentice, meaning you can throw him in the slot, he'll get the slot apprentice routes. He can be an outside receiver, can get all the outside routes. He can get routes literally everywhere at a receiver spot. I think that's really valuable. Also, I think now as well, if you do have a slight little god squad, I mean, if you have Doug Williams and you're using that lighted up X factor on him, if you play him in the slot and run slot-o-matic, like he should fry on a lot of routes. So I think that's another interesting ability combo as well. Rod Smith though, it feels kind of bad having him at number 6 because of how good I think he is. But at number 5 right here, I am gonna have Terrell Suggs. So Terrell Suggs, 90 speed, 90 acceleration, 94 finesse moves, 94 power moves, 93 block shed, 94 impact blocking. Now as a pure pass rusher, he is insane because he also has all 3 pass rush traits on yes, but I actually think his best role is someone that occasionally drops into a zone. And the reason why I say that, right, he does have 70 zone coverage, but it's not really the main reason. For me, it's an ability thing. So he can actually get that lurk artist ability for 0 AP. I don't love double or nothing for 2. I don't like edge threat elite for 2. Lurk artist for 0 is what I would run on this card. And the whole reason why I would run lurk artist as well, even as a pass rusher, why does it make a difference as a pass rusher? A lot of times, man, quarterback dropping back, you get a pressure, like say someone sheds, quarterback throws it out of sack or like throws it under pressure, balls in the air right by your defensive lineman. If they have lurk artist, they can catch that, they can take it for 6, or you can get the turnover, right? So I think that's really, really nice to have. Like me personally, I run Keith Bullock a lot with that dual threat ability and also lurk artist, and when he's rushing the passer, he has gotten so many pick 6s, it's kind of crazy. So definitely a lot of turnover value with that, with just as a pass rusher. And again, I think he can occasionally drop into a zone because he has that ability. And at number 4 right here, I am going to go ahead and have Justin Tuck. So Justin Tuck, I think he has really good longevity as well. There's just one card that's a 94 I like more than him, but 89 speed, 97 acceleration, 96 finesse moves, 90 power moves, 95 impact blocking, 91 block shed. From a stat standpoint, again, looks like a pure pass rusher and has the bull rush and swim move trait on yes, meaning he's going to use both his finesse and his power moves. And if we look at his abilities though, lurk artist for 0. Why I think this is so valuable, right? You can play him at defensive tackle. And again, there's really, like, if we take a look at lurk artist right here, and let's just go to all the discounted players that get it for 0, and let's go position, left in, right in, defensive tackle, right? It's only him. This is valuable because he's the only person in the game that can be a defensive tackle that can get lurk arts. And again, why I think that's valuable, right? It's exactly what I just said. Quarterback, throw out a sack, ball in the air, Justin Tuck sheds. He's right there. He can get the interception and take it for 6. So that's why I think he is so valuable. And at number 3 right here, this is probably what I think is the best card. Like if you are a no money spent player and you're looking for a difference maker on defense, looking for a difference maker type of card, I mean, Justin Tuck's great too, and I like the lineman, but Ronde Barber, I think is the best card on this list, and here's why. So 95 speed, 93 acceleration. He's 5'10", so a little bit shorter. I know a lot of people don't like the short DBs, but when we introduce zone KOs, I don't really think height is the most important thing. I like the abilities more. 90 man, 90 zone coverage as well. This time has play ball and air aggressive, which we like. The big thing for me, right? Mid-zone KO 1 AP. Mid-zone KO 1 AP. If we look at the people that get this discounted for 1 AP, right? It's Ronde Barber with a bunch of linebackers. You get LTD Eric Berry, that's a mil. You get Herb Adderley for 600K. You get Cam Chancellor for 2.32 mil, right? So why is this so valuable? So a lot of times, man, the best combo on your outside corners, in my opinion, is deep out and mid-zone together. And he can get that stack for 4 AP. That essentially basically bags every single corner. And if you guys play against trips tight end or bunch a lot, it can even guard like the tight end seam wheel sometimes, or the seam streak and trips tight end as well, in just an outside zone. It is actually really, really good. Mid zone, I think, is pretty crazy, man. I might go out on a limb right here and say mid zone might be the best ability in the secondary, even over deep out. I know it might be crazy, but yeah, man, love this Ronde Barber card. He can play a top safety spot for you again, just with mid zone, and I think that's great. Yeah, I love this Ronde Barber card. He's my favorite card on the list. Now 2 through 1 right here is going to be Clay Matthews and Steve Largent, and I think where they're valuable at, again, I'm going to say number 2 is Clay Matthews, because I don't really think he's that, like, he's good, don't get me wrong, but I think his main thing is you sell him. That's the main thing. These 95s, you sell, you get rid of them. You don't really want them on the squad. You're just trying to make a little bit more coins compared to, you know, the 94s. But Clay Matthews right here, 94 speed, 94 acceleration, 96 finesse moves, 87 power moves, a little bit lower, but 91 block shed, 94 impact blocking, no man or zone. And for his traits, all 3 pass rush traits on yes, so he is going to use that 87 finesse move rating. And if we scroll down right here, look at his abilities. I mean, this is what is cool though. Like I said, you could do double or nothing edge threat elite for 3 AP. Here's the issue with that, right? There's so many defenders. Like if you wanted a crazy pass rush stack, I mean, just run the unstoppable forces for 0, you know? And I mean, lurk artist for 0, I mean, he really, in my opinion, isn't that much better of a card than Terrell Suggs. It's just he's going for a little bit more, so that's why you would choose him. And at my number 1 spot right here, though, I think this actually is a good receiver, and he has a role, and specifically if you have Doug Williams lighted up X Factor, kind of like what I was saying with Rod Smith, but 95 speed, 97 agility, hits all the route running thresholds, 5'11", so a little bit shorter, but the big thing on him is, in my opinion, getting short and elite for 1 AP, and this is something that still can really help you versus man coverage. I think if you run him with Doug Williams lighted up X Factor, I think that makes sense. And also you have like Jerry Rice free card, 95 overall with 1 AP route tech. Again, I think that all makes sense. But yeah, I think Steve Largent and Clay Matthews are the 2 people that you just get and you want to sell, right? Hopefully I helped you guys pick some of your free legends today. If I was able to help you, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Now, if you guys do want to go ahead and see me use some of these legends live, make sure to leave a a like, subscribe, hit that noti bell on YouTube, or check the links in the description, hit that Twitch with the follow. I've been streaming Monday through Friday, 2 p.m., 6 p.m. Eastern. Would love to see you on some streams, man. But if you guys do want another video to watch, check out this one right here, because we were talking about a lot of the unstoppable force pass rushers. This was them in action.